There are hospitals in the United States that shut down quietly. No headlines, no public statements, no explanation. This is the story of one of them, and what people believe is still inside. In 1997, a hospital on the outskirts of Pennsylvania, just outside a small town most people drive past, was officially closed. The reason listed was simple: structural concerns. But locals say that explanation never felt right. The building was called Ravenwood Medical Center. It sat near a tree line, away from the main road, surrounded by tall grass and a rusted fence that was never repaired. After the hospital closed, no one expected anything inside to remain active, but it did. Former employees noticed something strange almost immediately. The security cameras were still on. Even after the system was supposedly disconnected, a former night guard later said, "The cameras never went offline. They kept recording, even after everything was shut down." At first, the footage looked normal. Empty hallways, silent operating rooms, dust settling over abandoned equipment. Then a pattern appeared. Every strange recording happened at the same time. At exactly 2:17 a.m., the lights flickered. The camera shook slightly, as if someone brushed past it. Then the footage ended. Not corrupted, not damaged, deleted. In early 1998, a maintenance worker was sent inside to remove remaining equipment. The job was supposed to take 2 hours. He didn't come out until sunrise. When questioned, he refused to ever return. All he said was, "I heard footsteps behind me, but every room was empty." Later inspections revealed something disturbing. Patient files were still inside. Names, dates, room numbers. Some of those patients were never officially discharged. One room appeared again and again in the logs. Room 417, no windows, no patient photo, no discharge signature. Yet its chart showed daily updates for nearly 6 months after the hospital closed. In 2001, a group of urban explorers entered Ravenwood at night. They recorded everything. Their footage appeared online briefly, then vanished. But people who watched it described the same. They described a hallway where the temperature dropped suddenly, lights turning on by themselves, and a door marked 417, locked from the inside. One explorer touched the handle. The door moved, just slightly, as if something leaned against it. The recording stopped instantly. The timestamp froze. 2:17 a.m. After that night, authorities sealed the building completely. No explanation was given. No demolition followed. The hospital still stands today. The lights no longer flicker, but residents nearby report something else. Between 2 and 2:30 a.m., their home cameras activate on their nothing appears on screen. No movement, no people, just a single sound. Footsteps, slow, measured, walking down a hallway that no longer exists. One final detail makes this story even more unsettling. Ravenwood's emergency power system is still operational, despite being disconnected, despite failing inspections, despite having no explanation. Every night at 2:17 a.m., power flows through an empty hospital, as if someone or something never left. In 2004, the county quietly hired a private electrical contractor to investigate the strange power behavior inside the hospital. There was no public announcement, no press release. The inspection was done at night. According to internal notes that later surfaced online, the emergency generator was not just functional, it was activating itself. Every night, the generator cycled on without human input. The logs showed exact timestamps. Each activation began at 2:17 a.m. Each shutdown occurred at 2:43 a.m. 26 minutes, the same window of time, every single night, for years. Investigators tried to trace where the power was going. Most of the building was dead. Lights didn't respond. Elevators were frozen. Medical equipment showed no activity. But one circuit continued drawing electricity. A single wing of the hospital, a wing officially listed as sealed. That wing contained 6 patient rooms. 5 were completely empty. 1 was not. Room 417. When inspectors reached the room, they noticed something immediately. The door was unlocked, but the hinges were worn down, scratched and loose, as if the door had been opened and closed repeatedly, despite no recorded entries, despite no staff access logs. Inside the room, the temperature dropped sharply, nearly 10 degrees colder than the rest of the building. There was no working ventilation, no airflow. Yet the air felt disturbed, circulated, as if the room was still being used. In the corner stood an old patient monitor. It was unplugged. The screen was cracked. As inspectors stepped inside, the monitor flickered to life. Just for a moment, a flat line appeared. Then the screen went black again. One investigator noticed faint markings on the wall near the bed. At first, it looked like damage. But under closer inspection, it was writing a name, scratched lightly into the paint. The same name that appeared repeatedly in the hospital's patient records. A patient who was never discharged. A patient never listed as deceased. In 2006, a local journalist obtained an audio recording taken inside Ravenwood. The file was only 30 seconds long. Most of it was silence. But at exactly 2:17 a.m., footsteps could be heard, slow, measured, then a soft sound, like a hospital bed shifting weight. The audio ended suddenly, not faded, cut, as if someone pressed stop. After the recording leaked, authorities ordered a full shutdown of the hospital's remaining systems. Fuel lines were severed, backup generators removed. The building was completely powered down for one night. The following evening, residents nearby reported something familiar. At 2:17 a.m., a light appeared. One window, second floor. Room 417. Even today, motion sensors around the property activate on their own. No trespassers are found, no animals, no environmental cause, but the logs show movement, always in straight lines, always the shape of a hallway. Some believe Ravenwood never truly emptied because something was never finished, a patient never released, a process never completed, a system that never received permission to shut down, and perhaps the most unsettling detail of all, Ravenwood Medical Center still appears in emergency response databases. Not demolished, not erased, just listed as inactive. Because places like Ravenwood don't end the way people do. They don't stop. They don't rest. They simply continue, waiting for the next shift to begin. Every night, at 2:17 a.m.,